know, after looking at my father's work logs, I came to realize he wasn't around as much as I thought he was. But when he was home, his focus was on his family. He was one of the few studio guys who found the balance between working crazy hours and maintaining a pretty decent home life. The truth is, I don't know how he did it. Time was money, and you wouldn't last long in any studio if you couldn't keep up.
Studio musicians in this town were really looked up to and respected. We were treated like our life depends on you guys.
Well, they were real session players. They were guys that were going from gig to gig, you know, playing on all the good music.
Gosh, there were so many things went on then. We were so busy. I mean, we would go from one to the other to the other.
We used to call going from session to session dovetailing.
Jesus, when you leave the house at 7 o'clock in the morning and you're Universal at 9 till noon, now you're at Capitol Records at 1, you just got time to get there, and then you got a jingle at 4, and then we were on a date with somebody at 8, and then the Beach Boys at midnight, and you do that 5 days a week. Jeez, man, you get burned out.
At one time, we did an album in a day for Liberty Records. 5, 6 weeks in a row, we do an album a day. 6 tunes in the morning and 6 tunes in the evening.
When all the guys realized that we were doing most of the dates, said, we'll get Scale or you'll get somebody else. And, of course, they didn't. Because that was the tightest rhythm section I believe I've ever played with.
I would not go in a studio if I didn't have Tommy Tedesco, Hal Blaine, people of that nature. I just wouldn't go into a studio until they weren't busy, but they were busy all the time.
No matter which producer I worked with, whether it was Lee Hazelwood or Snuff Garrett, they all used the same musicians. They were all just the best. If they couldn't get the guys, they didn't book the date. They'd wait until the guys were available.
Which was wonderful.
Of course, their wives never saw them.
I don't know how those guys could have worked anymore unless they didn't sleep at all.
If you want to be successful in this business, you never say no until you're too busy to say yes. And I learned that by watching guys who talked themselves out of careers by saying, nah, it's not good enough. I'm going to wait till such and such and so and so. Because if you wait at home for the phone to ring, it won't.
If you're a freelance musician, you can't turn nothing down because there's somebody standing right behind you who is salivating to do this work.
One day I get a call from Ernie Freeman. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. Hi, Tom. I need a guitar player here at United. How long will it take you to get there? I said 20 minutes, which, you know, is a lie. It's going to take an hour. But once I made my commitment, they got to wait for me, right?
That's right.
So when I go up there, I did my date, and he loved it. And then he tells me, you won't believe what Bill Pittman said. I called Bill and asked him, can you come down? I'm stuck. How long will it be? Bill says, well, I'm having breakfast. I should be finished in about 45 minutes, and I'll be there in an hour and a half. And if anybody ever figured Bill Pittman out, that was a Bill Pittman. Straight life, not thinking. And I'm the opposite. Like, what will work right now?